First off, we talked a little bit about apologetics and how it can sound really boring, but I know for me, it was really, when I first heard about Faith Ascent, I was actually kind of scared that it would be for all the really intellectual people who want to be deep theologians and everything like that, and I think maybe some of my friends would think that too, that maybe we would just be out of place, but no, this is very, very important, and the speakers, they presented the material very clearly, and they did it in a really loving way too. I could just see the love of Christ and their love for all of us through all of the sessions, and how each of the sessions was really tailored towards what we need to hear, topics that are very, very relevant. And so I would just love for all my friends to come and hear this. I think it's a really great, great ministry. I really liked Jason Wilkins about the gospel, because we can so easily just set the gospel aside, hear it and believe in it, and then think that the rest of life is just about following a set of rules. But no, it's all about the gospel and what Christ has done. It's all about Christ, and I think it's really good for us to start off the camp with that. Being raised in Christian family, Christian community, I can tend to just want to stay in my little Christian huddle and just believe everything that I hear. And I hear it from a lot of trustworthy sources, and I can trust my parents and my pastor. But I just realized from this camp that I need to be discovering those things for myself, because it isn't just what we believe, but why we believe it. That's something that they've said a lot during the camp, and it's so important because it isn't just head knowledge. This is about a relationship with Jesus Christ, who has died for us, who has saved us. He is Lord, He is King, and we are His ambassadors, His children. We need to know Him and know what His Word says and be able to share that with others. And so this whole camp, all the sessions and everything, God's really, really used that in my life, and I'm just really excited to see how God is working in all the lives of these students.
The question I'm going to present tonight is, can you have a brain and be a Christian? A lot of skeptics view faith as belief in something you cannot prove. But what they're doing is they're defining blind faith, and that's not the kind of faith that I walk in at this point. And so tonight I want to lead you down a chain of evidence that I think points toward Christianity as the most probable worldview. But as you examine all the worldviews, as you examine the evidence, Jesus rises to the top. He is worth placing your trust in. But if you can learn to deal with these answers, you can go out there and you can talk to anybody with boldness and confidence.
The people who you meet throughout your daily lives will most likely be totally cool with you being a Christian, except in this respect, if you hold to traditional Christian teaching about sexual morality. If you are willing to do the work to understand the teachings of Jesus on the question of sexuality, if you are doing the work to present that as charitably, as kindly, as graciously as possible, as sensibly as possible, culturally, we are in a position where you will not be spared from the charge of being a bigot. And so if there is a place right now where you need to do the hard work and gird up your loins and get prepared, good friends, this is the place.
Apologetics, we think of it as a dry, dusty word. It's got to be boring, right? In reality, apologetics is sort of like the meat of Christianity.
I was always told, this is true, this is true, this is true. It was very little explained why it was true. It gave me a chance to not only know what I believe, but why I believe it.
Just being able to gain more knowledge about what I believe and then becoming confident in it. It's just really exciting.